Namaskar to all on ANANDYATRA. Hope you are doing great in your life and doing something purposeful in your life. For that unfoldment, today I am going to share with you a story titled The Four Wives to emphasize the point that we do not acknowledge our own self and go on giving importance to everything else around us. So let's start the story. There was a king who had four wives. He loved the fourth wife the most. He adorned her with rich robes and treated her to the delicacies. He took great care of her and gave her nothing but the best possible. He also loved the third wife very much, but he was very proud of her and always wanted to show off to his friends. However, the king was always in a great fear that she might run away with some other man. He loved his second wife too. She was a very considerate person, always patient, and in effect is the king's confidant. Whenever the king faced some problems, he always turned to his second wife, and she would always help him out and tide him through difficult times. The king's first wife was very loyal partner and had made great contribution in maintaining his wealth and business as well as taking care of the household. However, the king did not love the first wife, and although she loved him deeply, he hardly took notice of her. One day the king felt ill. Before long, he knew that he was going to die soon. He thought of his all life. Now that I am dying, he asked each of his wife that will you follow me and keep me company? No way, replied the fourth wife, and she walked away without another word. The answer cut like a sharp knife right into the king's heart. The sad king then asked the third wife, I have loved you so much for all my life. Now that I am dying, will you follow me and give me your company? No, replied the third wife. Life is so good over here on this earth. I am going to remarry when you die. The king's heart sank and turned cold in a despair. He then asked the second wife, I always turn to you for help and advice, and you always help me out. Now I need your help again. When I die, will you follow me and keep me company? I am sorry, I can't help you out this time, replied the second wife. At this time, I can only send you to your grave at the last possible. The answer came like a bolt of thunder, and king was feeling very alone and frustrated with his life. He was thinking that during the whole life I give everything to my all these wives, all my focus, attention, but at the end I am feeling empty. Then the voice called out, I will live with you. I will follow you no matter where you go. The king looked up, and there was his first wife. She was so skinny, almost like she suffered from malnutrition. Greatly grieved, the king said, and I should have taken much better care of you while I could have. So, if we look on this whole scenario, actually, we all have these four wives in our life. What are these four wives? Now I will elaborate to you. Now listen carefully. The fourth wife is our body. No matter how much time and effort we lavish in making it look good, it will leave us when we die. It's the truth of our life. Whereas our third wife is our possession, status, and wealth. When we die, they all go to others in a moment. It's true. Second wife is a family and friends. No matter how close they had been to us when they are alive, the farthest they can stay by our side is up to the grave. And the last, the first wife, of which we never think of, we never give attention to that, is something you can't see, that is our soul, our true nature, which is behind everything, whatever we do. Often neglected in a pursuit of material wealth and sensual pleasure, it is actually the only thing that follows us wherever we go. Perhaps it's a good idea to cultivate and strengthen it now rather than to wait until we are on our deathbed to lament. And how we can cultivate our soul is through meditation, is through cultivation, is through contemplation. When we reflect on our being, then we can experience our true nature, that is our soul, or we can say our interiority, which never changes. It is the same every time whenever we look into it. Whereas our mind, our body, our surroundings, our environment keep on changing from our birth to the death we are going to die. So you can see that, you can observe what should be the purpose of our life, how we should live our life to fulfill our purpose on this earth. I think you got my point, or you got the point in the story hidden. That is, whatever we do, but in the beginning, during the journey, as well as at the end, soul or the self be behind our activities, whatever we do. Thank you so much for listening to this valuable story till the end.